had posted, a young guy who was just expecting some love and didn't quite get it. And I don't know, I get it why he would want that cosign from AKA. And everybody receives, anybody in entertainment will receive a beat or will receive a song to kind of, help out. I just didn't agree with it being posted. So the cosign thing and wanting it, screenshotting that guy probably devastated him. Yes. It's like, I asked this guy, even though he doesn't show my name, I know it's me, and I feel like shit. So there's probably no need for do that. And you say 90% of music out here is trash right now. 90% of what music you're putting out is trash right now. So there's that as well. So, forget that guy. Maybe criticize your own work a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you put out some hot shit? Your shit don't bang, bro. Welcome to another hot episode of the POPcast. Of course, I'm back in my gloriousness. Yes, my name is Miss Cosmo. And I've got my main man with me, Moochie.
Yes, sir. What's going on, good people? Welcome back. Good to be out here.
Yes, good to be out here. Of course, we're in the north as usual because, I don't know, it's just easier. Nonetheless, we do have a really awesome guest with us today. Okay, Wasabi, what's good?
What's good, guys? Thank you for staying in the north. When are you guys shooting an episode in the East Rand? There's some nice backgrounds there. Koningi Park, Lapana. But it's quiet.
It's also Uzosfagil Petrol, Ngobi Petrol 20
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm about it. We want to go shoot. Want to see this. Okay, Wasabi Fami introduces himself. He says his address. Everyone knows where he lives. You can geolocate this guy. No problem.
You can see him on Google Maps. Just say there he is in his house.
His entire family has been in danger for about 10 years now. They don't know. People pass by. They're like, hey, 4, 5. What is it?
Also, that's 1475. The Holy Skin Brothers died. The multiplier of the class is too close to the ground, so what is this guy?
Yeah, see, we can't even give you subtitles because that seems wrong.
He doesn't say it these days because he realizes
That's the big problem. But yes, we got the main man not in studio, in the section with us today. We are out at 011 Santon by the Baron. We are out, it's in Santon Gate, so if you come through on this side, you can obviously check it out. It's a really beautiful restaurant. As you can hear the ambiance, it's rustling, everybody's excited, but we're also in a good vibe today because, okay, Wasabi's gonna be chatting to us about some shoe game, but we're gonna get into the shoe game a little bit later. Of course, we do have to kick it off with exactly what was happening, what was ruffling within the social media streets this past week. We see Slade put out a statement that he left Creative Corner. He was signed with them alongside other various artists by the likes of, obviously, we know Uncle Waffles is with Creative Corner. I know 031 Chop was also with Creative Corner, but he decided to step back and say, you know what, I'm going to do this on my own, my brothers.
Yes, good to love Slade. He has that song.
Yeah, what a number.
He's also actually on the Mlando song. He's one of the 10 artists that are on there. I don't know how they're splitting those royalties because Maningi. And everybody's just shaking for their cut.
I actually said that I didn't see you do the Mlando challenge.
Why didn't you do it?
People randomly tweeting me. I was joking. I caught on nothing when it was early, and I was like, I can't wait to do this. But I was joking. You guys expect me to really take on the shit and... sorry, guys.
I didn't do it because I think I was broken the internet. I want to see also what's all that clapping going on back there. But in terms of Slade and him at Creative Corner, if you don't know Creative Corner, they're the people that where Uncle Waffles is signed. I guess that's the recent claim to fame is, and we spoke about it on the show, of course, the whole Uncle Waffles saga, and the guy is signing her and Slade there. And I wonder if him leaving is because maybe you feel like he's not getting enough attention at Creative Corner. Because, sometimes at a label, when one person gets, artists, it's hard for them to reconcile sometimes when somebody else on the label is getting more attention. You feel like, you know what, maybe right now is not the time for me. Because Slade is also a guy who's on the come up and he feels like his time is now. So when you feel like you're hot right now, but you're not getting the attention that you deserve, you feel like, while the iron is hot, let me go strike somewhere else.
Yes. I didn't think about that side of it. But I was thinking maybe Slade is like, you know what, it's time just to spread my wings as a single act.
Yeah.
Another thing is, if you're honest, what if he would say, "I'll cut out the check"? You know, that 20% management fee. Sometimes you're like, "Ish, I could have got 2 extra pairs with that management fee, so let me just do it myself." So it could be many things, guys.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of reasons. They're not actually a label. I think they're a management company.
Right.
And also over and above that, they do a lot of stuff, obviously, from a social media, YouTube perspective as well. But going back to their relationship, I do think maybe he's possibly wanting to go in a different direction. There's nothing wrong with that. I think people do that often. And I guess we wish him luck in the future. Hopefully, we'll see more music, more hits coming out. And, you know?
He's young. You'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Somebody who's not fine is my boy Yeezy. Oh, he's crying on the socials. Oh, it's biz for him. Why is he behaving like that?
Your boy was asking us for parenting advice. He's saying, I don't want my daughter on TikTok. And look, Kimba, I don't want. But my daughter is on TikTok. So guys, so like,
We don't even have kids.
I mean,
guys, that was a bit weird though. He starts the caption with, "Since this is my first divorce."
And I love that for him.
Like,
because he knows it's going to happen again. I love it for you.
This is my first divorce, and I want to help raise my children. How should I handle it? So is he asking us? Is he asking other divorcees? Who is he asking for advice?
Does he not have friends?
So he's shading Kimberly. He's like, this is my first divorce. Kimberly has been through this divorce, so maybe anyway has what she's doing. Me, I need advice. This is my divorce. Kim is going through a second, third divorce. So she has experience. So technically he's not asking us, he's asking Kimberly. Kimberly, this is my first divorce.
Yes.
So what do you think I should do?
Exactly.
But I think, people are now coming and say, you know, we don't have kids, so we don't understand being on TikTok can be harmful. Listen, we completely understand that. I definitely wouldn't want my children out on the social media streets, especially when they're that young. You know, you want to manage when and if they get to you. But we know already now with these celebrities, it's not about that.
Yeah.
They're being petty now, it's a divorce. It's time to make the other one look bad and the other one look like they're a bad parent.
Yes.
And that nigga won't get 0 custody. No doubt about it. They're going to say, my brother, you went to the farm there to go and shoot very mid albums. And then you come back here, you're saying you don't like the way your daughter's being raised. Come on, man.
It's tricky. All I'm waiting for is Donda 2, just to be fair.
Yeah, same.
I can see everything else. Me, I love it when he goes through the most because then we get the music. So it's fine. Kimberly, yes, okay? That's all we want to know.
He's dating white girls now, he's whiling. That's how you know Kanye West is busy with something. Donda 2 is not going to be a gospel album this time.
That's actually what I'm hoping for. No? He changes the sound, actually.
You want him to go back to profanity?
Please, he must go back, man. When Donda dropped, I was looking for the explicit version. I was like, where is my Spotify jerking or something? It's the clean version completely, yeah. So can he go back to what he was making? But it's a warner, literally, because it says it's February and I still don't trust that date. I think we'll get it in June, July, around there. February, that's what, 2 weeks away?
Yeah, we're definitely not going to get it because there is no rollout. There's nothing even like a save something on the DSP.
And executive producer, Future. I want to manage.
You don't trust Future?
Kind of like saying things because they're going to get people shocked.
That's probably where the problem's coming in also, is that he's busy talking to Future. Future's not exactly father material. It's not the best dad in the world.
Oh, it's like deadbeat energy.
Yeah, basically.
Bring it together
Coming together.
Create one super deadbeat album. I know, but Future makes some of his music can slap there, even though he's busy telling the girls, yo, I love you, but that's not what I'm about. Yes. Remember when he was dating that model girl and she tweeted, who was it? China.
Yes.
When he was dating China and she tattooed Future on her, and the day that she tweeted, I just tattooed Future's name on my arm. Yeah. He tweeted, single and focusing on myself. The same day, single and focusing on myself.
He doesn't want any mistakes. He was just clearing up the
Future puts himself first. He only sees himself in his future.
Wow.
Okay.
Anyway,
retire right now, Wasabi. Retire.
Talking about TikTok, it's also interesting to actually see how TikTok has actually increased. We spoke about it last week when we were with Naledi about how it's the new wave. It's what people are actually logging into. A lot more kids are actually logging on more to TikTok than they are onto Twitter and on Instagram. And Facebook is catching all the heat with regards to this. The stocks dropped by how much?
Close to 250 billion. Biggest stock market wipeout in history. What? I know this is not the Financial Times. If you are into finance, don't rap here. Just read something. Plus minus.
Apparently.
It could be off by 200 billion.
I just read the headline. I didn't read the article.
Not really sure.
Not really sure.
Basically, allegedly. But it's bad. That's all we know. Either or. Well, at the end of the day, Facebook is obviously dropping even with the logins. That's how bad it is. So I'm sure wherever Zuckerberg is, he's just stressing out because his baby is dying. You know what I mean? That's been his cash cow for I don't know how many years. And he needs to innovate. And it's sad because I can see he's obviously trying to bring in the TikTok element with the Reels. But I don't even think people are doing it directly from the Reels first. They're taking it from TikTok and then posting it on Instagram. Sometimes not even posting on Instagram at all.
But I think Mark is moving on to also like newer ways to capture the audiences and stuff like that. So no matter how much money he loses, I guess it doesn't matter because he's launching also this thing called Meta. But did you hear that? Though?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. He's also launching Meta, and that's also getting so much traffic inside. Everyone wants to live digitally. I don't know if you've been seeing people are going to meetings digitally. They're going to parties digitally. So, like I said...
So, we won, but you log on.
Yeah, with the goggles and then you're dancing with cartoons, basically, animated profiles. But, I use money. That man is set for generations, not for life. For generations.
Do you think they have the Mlando challenge there in the meta universe?
I'd like to see it.
You take a gig, but you must go and be. They're booking Miss Cosmo in Meta to go and DJ. But la hotel is in Google.
DJ by laptop.
Say that again.
Hotel in Google.
Endlini.
Hotel in Google Endlini. Yeah. Yeah, my buddy.
Yeah, uzamile.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I don't know if I'll take the gig personally because I've done a lot of gigs. I mean, COVID was really weird.
Yeah.
Like, there was times where I'd have to record a lot of sets because obviously people couldn't be out. So, for instance, Lockdown House Party, where it's just me and the camera guy. Like, and then when people watch it, then they're like, why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you engaging? And it's like, bro, it's literally me and the camera guy. Like, who am I smiling at? There's no energy happening here. So I think twice about those things because it's like, I have to perform now. I have to reenact
and you're feeding
act
off people's energies.
And there's no energy in the room. So even with that meta thing, it would be weird. I would take it for the check. I'm not going to lie. Like, if the check is good, I'm inside. But it's tricky for me.
Because we're willing to do something strange for a little check. But there's that company that Nike bought that's make the virtual sneakers in the metaverse as well. And I'm just thinking to myself, we can make Amateki that actually don't exist.
And
then they'll still sell. You want to own a Teki that doesn't exist because it's in the metaverse. Guys, so this Teki doesn't exist, but you buy it anyway. You're the only one that has it, but also you're the only one that doesn't have it. But you paid real money for it.
Yes.
But you also don't have it. And it's a picture. And then follow me at Sipo at Bitcoin, crypto, NFT experiences.co.za.
No, I'm like Kanye. I'm in the real world. Don't ask me about NFTs.
Yes.
Okay?
That's what you must say, especially if you don't know. People ask you, hey, my NFT. Don't be like, no. So it's like, just shut up. Say, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know, my brother. It's a picture. Maybe it's on the internet. I don't know. And it's okay not to know.
Real stuff. Real world.
Yeah, guys, you must invest in NFT. They don't know what it is.
Nobody understands what that thing is.
What it's an NFT?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's fine.
Moving on from that one, also talking about social media, Tinder's also gotten a little bit of, attention this past week because of a documentary that dropped on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler. I am going to talk about it a little bit later on the real views from a production perspective. But obviously, Sipo just wanted to chat about the scams. Why are you allowing somebody to scam you like that?
Guys, if you don't know, like Ms. Cosmo just said, you go check out The Tinder Swindler on Netflix.
Yes.
And she'll expound on what goes on in that interview. But basically, it's a scammer. And he just dates these women from Tinder. and then he gets them to give him money.
Yes.
Very straightforward scam.
Yes.
Very straightforward.
Women have been doing it for years.
Baby, I love you, baby. Something, malinyana, something, okudla, baby fucking mali. But they're taking out exorbitant amounts of loans. But one particular lady in there took out 9 loans. 9 loans, my brother, $250,000.
Yes.
Why?
I mean, by the 3rd loan, you have to start feeling something. Because something is not right. 1 loan, we get it.
But at some point, she's also scamming the bank because how are you getting away with 9 loans and getting them approved 9 times?
I don't want to give away that part of what happens for her to keep qualifying for loans. But she helps him scam the bank. That's when you must know now, Eguti, this guy is helping me scam the bank so I can qualify for a loan that I'm going to give him.
Is there an explanation why she was
in love?
Love.
L-O-V-E.
You know, in South Africa, when things like that happen, you know, it's easy. Just, I'm loyal. You know,
Simple and plain.
You know, we have
Hamokeza,
Shaba something.
You know?
But in America,
they investigate. They say, what could it be? Here, beginning of investigation, Mam Loyal,
they close the case.
Finish.
Open and shut case.
Open and shut.
Inspector Mazubuko. Put away the file. Mam Loyal Lomuntu. We don't have time to investigate.
So now the thing is about the Tinder Swindler is that he also does this in various countries. So he would travel around Europe and places. But one place in particular that he also featured in is our very own mother city, Kaapstad. I want to know personally if there's been any ladies who've been frauding FNB or, you know...
You think they'll speak? They'll never. My boy, they'll never.
Why wouldn't you?
They'll go to the grave with it.
Why?
No. Because that's a defeat. That's admitting defeat. Hey.
But sometimes you also do it for the gram, just like he was doing it for the gram.
My boy was saying there's somebody in Cape Town who's keeping quiet. And they need to come to the light and speak on their experience. They don't want to say anything. They're quietly paying off a loan somewhere. Simon came through, took their money. But there's a Marika or a Van Veek somewhere in Cape Town. You're quiet and you're suffering, my sister. If you know what you did, why don't you come to the light? Be a part of the documentary. They call, they reach out documentaries. Yes. But Marika, we had already now I want a statement, nothing. And this guy who's swindling people, actually, no, now I'm going to ruin it for people. We'll bring this up next time. Man. If you haven't watched it, you must go watch it. Because now I'm about to get into the mad.
Yeah, but it is a little bit hectic. Like I said, I am going to dive into it a little bit later with the real views. But I don't understand it. But something that people do spend a lot of money on is what they put on their feet. And we're going to get into the sneaker culture of that with OK Wasabi right now.
I feel like the sneaker culture in South Africa has been slept on before, but now it's growing because of the social media. As South Africans, we can access information about the sneakers from America, Nike.com, sneakers app, and all those. And I feel like it's only because of how some people make business out of it. It's COVID. COVID-19 made people do more researches, be on their phones, and learn more about the sneaker culture. So before that, it was still low, but there was still sneakerheads. I'm not disputing that. There were still sneakerheads, but now it's growing because of business-wise, and the love of shoes is growing too.
Yo, man, MK Fresh, tell me, my dick, see me, and my dick, as always. I think when we started, I mean, school can testify to this. There was no culture. I mean, people were buying sneakers because they look fly and they want to go out. They need a new pair of shoes. So we just bought taste into the whole thing, and you just found people just buying sneakers because they're released in a certain date or they're designed by a certain person.
So my name is Pim Soden, out here to Pimp All Your Souls. The sneaker culture, I feel like it's evolving in terms of both genders can now wear it, and it's available to everybody in SA. And although the resellers are really like cutting us, to the brim, but it is what it is. I think that's the point of which it's evolving in, and yeah, we're enjoying it at most. I can say myself, my brother's a sneakerhead, so I love it the most because I get to get the freebies.
I feel like the sneaker culture in South Africa needs a lot more evolution. It needs a lot more inclusiveness, because it doesn't make sense to me that you can have a sneaker collaboration or you can have a sneaker release and the store only gets 10 pairs of the whole shoe. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I feel like the inclusiveness of South Africa within the sneaker community on a global scale, on a local scale even, is getting bad with the resale. Literally, you can't get anything. You can't get anything. Like every single thing is sold out when you try to go. And then you go on court order or you go on the back door and it's like twice the price.
All right, so we are about to get into the bigger things of life. Obviously, OK Wasabi is here for a specific reason. We wanted to get into what it is about sneaker culture that gets you so crazy. Why are you so invested in spending all of your money on shoes?
Hey, it's because I'm injured.
How Kali?
Hey, financial. I'm injured.
Maybe now we'll keep on my loans.
Sasha is suffering.
The sneaker swindler.
Sasha is on her 11th loan.
The sneaker swindler. OK Wasabi.
Guys, these things, man. You know that feeling when you get a brand new pair of shoes and then you smell it and it just smells like glue, obviously. But
of course.
It's an amazing smell. It's an amazing feeling to put them on. Yeah. I think the only time I'll ever get that type of joy is when I when I meet my firstborn child. Yeah. But for now, all of these are my children. You know, all of them have a special story. Okay. All of them have a special outfits, you know, color coordination. Yes. You know, it's the way it makes you feel, man. Nike, Jordan, Adidas, they've all got us here, Shem.
So do you have a specific brand that you gravitate towards? Because I know a lot of sneakerheads will be saying, no, Mina, I'm 100% Adidas, I'm 100% Nike, I'm 100% Puma, whatever. Where do you kind of gravitate towards?
I love them all, hey? I'm usually a very loyal guy. You know, I've been in a relationship for 8 years, so I am very loyal. But
okay, flex.
With sneakers, all of the brands are just doing amazing things. They're just killing it. Yeah. Each in the right of their own, they're just doing amazing things. So whoever just makes a dope design, I go for.
Okay, cool. So break down some of the sneakers that you have and what it means to you.
Sure.
And obviously, we've also got our sneakers here. Yes. Me and Sipo are not really sneakerheads. We just have shoes that we brought and put them on the table.
Yeah, there's a difference between sneakers and amategi.
Either way, we're also going to tell our stories as well and what they kind of mean to us.
Sure.
But break it down.
So I'm starting. Are you sure you guys want to start with the best? So this is a Jordan 1 handcrafted.
Yes.
Just released in December 2021. And I feel like it's a mixed masala of different textures, materials. That's why they call it handcrafted, because it's supposed to look like somebody literally sat down, handcrafted it by taking different types of material. And yeah, it's got leather, suede, it's got so much materials, even reflective 3M. And it's, recently one of my favorite pickups from this year. And
how much do they cost you?
I only buy retail.
Okay.
That's my thing. Resellers, we're going to talk about resellers, but they injure us. So
okay, how much did they cost you?
It's three.
3,000 rand.
3,000 rand.
Okay, there you go.
It's not bad, you know.
And you know, these things, they go on raffle. And I guess we'll talk about that after we show off the sneakers as well.
Yes.
Raffle. I remember wanting to buy these on raffle as well. I remember the day they came out.
Yes.
And you know, I remember telling Wasabi, the raffle didn't go through for me. And he's like, I got it. And he told me that he has his girlfriend on the raffles as well. So they both entered the raffle at the same time.
I had to make my mom an account too, guys.
Mother!
It's not a game. Today, Mama, did you get him?
Do you also wake up at like 6 in the morning to go stand in line? And
I remember this one time there was Yeezy slides dropping.
Yeah.
And so and it was curfew, deep COVID. So we have curfew is 12, I think. We have to leave the hood on 10 p.m., go to Rosebank, sleep at the garage. And then the mall opens at 4 or 5. So we leave the garage, go to the mall at 4 or 5, and we sleep there just some more for an hour. At 6 a.m., there's camp chairs, there's a blanket, and we'll wait for the store.
Clap.
We'll wait for the store.
Clap, the slides. Not
8 hours. 10 p.m. you left your house.
Your life was shook up now.
Clap.
But it's easy though. It's easy.
It ain't rough though.
It's easy though.
Did you get them?
Then they opened the shop at 10 a.m. There was too many people. So Rosebank as a mall will complain about COVID regulations. So they had to cancel the raffle. So I went back home empty-handed. So when people DM me and say, George, how do I get this shoe? That's why I don't respond. Because you won't understand. It's not going and walking into the store. It's size 8 lapa. No, it's waking up at 4 a.m. or just not sleeping at all.
Why do they do this thing of having like limited amounts that they release?
So people like companies like Nike and stuff like they evaluate their country and say how many people, like the LSM of the whole country, how many people are most likely to buy this luxury item, and there's not much. So they'll probably send like 250 pairs, and that's shared between Cape Town, Durban, and Johannesburg. So they
and
have
then there's also sizes, which is also another problem.
So maybe in the country there's only like 8 or 10 size 7s. And then how many size 7s are in the country? So if they say, guys, first come, first serve, it will be a mess because the whole Gauteng will come through. People will leave Pretoria, people will leave Force, and it will be a mess. Just to be one of 10. So,
okay, Sipo, give us maybe your first pair.
Next one.
He goes for Nike, I'll go for Nike as well. I also love my Jordan 1s. These are the PSG, if you know the team. Sorry, if you know the team and PSG, this is the collaboration between them and Jordans. I got these for my birthday for my girlfriend. I'd seen them and I was like, hey, you know when you hint, hey, if I can, I hope before I die, I'll own this one. And I got them my girl had them shipped from Australia, actually.
Whoa.
Because nobody in the other country has these. Kinna vela. So yeah, something. I cook in the house, so and you must, this guy one.
I don't know why she's eating your
meal,
food.
breakfast, lunch, so you must, you must keep that energy up. So in other birthdays are still coming. So you must go from this now, maybe it's a car, maybe it's something. But yeah, I love these collaboration between Jordan and PSG.
I don't know why she's eating your food because we all saw that Come Dine With Me episode.
It was just one mistake. Everyone loves garlic. Now there's a problem with garlic.
Okay.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
So I'm bringing, please, my shoes are dirty. But nonetheless, these are my Jordans.
Then literally, this is the shoe that she wears.
No.
It's her size.
I haven't worn these in ages.
But like, no, I'm saying this is, I know it looks like a prop shoe, but it's a real shoe for a real grown person.
Okay, so here's my story. These are my Jordan flights. I bought these in New York, and I had never had a pair of Jordans. So I was like, I'm going in, Foot Locker, let's go and do the thing.
Yes.
But they don't have my size at all because everybody there is like a size 21 or something. So I had to go to the kiddie section.
Of course.
And they fit. And at the time, I was really excited. I haven't worn them in years, I won't lie. I think I bought these maybe 2012, if I must be, somewhere there. But nonetheless, this was my first pair of Jordans, and that's the memory that I have. I would never wear them again because my feet just cringe up in there. But hey, man, those are my Jordan flights, and they still mean something to me.
Your first Jordan is always important.
Exactly.
You'll never forget it.
Exactly.
You'll never forget it.
What else you got for us?
Okay, so also
speaking about sneakers and saying you never forget your first pair.
Yes.
I remember somebody had tweeted that what is it that you do to reconcile your child? I don't know if it was childhood trauma or whatever.
Yes.
I remember the answer that you gave was, I buy myself sneakers that my mom could never afford to buy me.
Yes.
And I think that's something about sneaker culture, especially maybe as young black kids, that we get drawn into. Jordan was that first sneaker that created the sneaker hype. And it was always about, you just want that thing that makes you feel, I don't know what it is, that makes us feel. Because even if it's not just these sneakers, we know shoes in general as black people, what you have on your feet, your entire outfit can be trash.
Yeah.
But if your shoes are trash, then you've made a terrible mistake. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what level of affordability you have.
Yes.
I remember I hate All-Stars. I've never owned All-Stars. When I was a kid, I loved All-Stars, but for some reason they just wouldn't buy me All-Stars. And then I remember my aunt bought me Kayo Stars instead of All-Stars. And I wore the Kayo Stars. And that's why I saw off All-Stars even more. I'm like, I said All-Stars and it was saying Kayo Star.
And you still
and in the bag it said Kayo. So when someone was like, hey, see one of those? Nah. What are those? And so my trauma is I don't wear All-Stars ever. That's how I respond to my childhood trauma. If you buy me All-Stars, Sizo, But you'll see them hanging on the pole like they do in the movies.
Okay, wow. Let's head on over to your next pair. All
So
right.
this is another recent pair from...
What is this box?
This pair, it's a sneaker box, the shoe box.
So every time you buy a pair of sneakers, you also have to buy this plastic thing.
Yeah, I think it's, if they're in a box, they come in.
Yeah.
People can't see them. You know, and that's like 30% of owning a sneaker. So that, hey, do you want to...
Also, when you give out your address, then you say, okay, here's my sneaker wall also.
It's that thing where...
Can we see your sneaker wall on Google Maps also?
Because I don't even want to tell people where I stole my sneakers because,
Yeah.
But this one is a recent one. It's a Jordan 11 Cool Grey, dropped in December 2021. It's a restock because it first came out, I think, in 2001. So they re-released it for the fourth time, I think this is, if not the third time. And yeah, this is...
Classic.
Yeah, because Jordan himself wore this when he was playing for the Wizards. And I just had to get it. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to wear it.
I was about to say they look like they're unworn.
Yes. I'm still trying to think if I'm going to wear it or what. But,
So you bought it just as a shrine?
Yeah, you know when mothers bring out their China, when guests come out, go say, I'm a plate one lao.
Yeah.
I'm China Mall in 2004. Yeah. I don't mind to say, hey, can I show you?
Okay.
Yeah, so this is you show it, and when you feel it, it's like brand new and like, wow. I don't want to give a person a dirty shoe. You see? Beautiful. These are ornaments.
Okay.
Decorations.
Sipo,
Where should we go?
is this your ornament?
Now, these are worn, as you can see, they're getting a little bit creased. But yeah, these are my Royal Blue Dunks. Dunks used to be regular as Nikes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You could get Dunks. They used to release them all the time when we were younger. You could get them. Edgar's. Edgar's used to sell Dunks.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? No problem. But now they've become also some premium for some reason because they're releasing them in limited value, limited stock. And now they've also joined this reseller market where it's very hard to get your hands on Dunks.
Yeah.
If you don't wake up early in the morning, then you're going to go to a reseller and buy them for 4,000 or 5,000 rand for no reason. But I love these as well from the same sneaker store. I lived in Australia for a little while, and I know the guy who owns the store, Soulmate. I used to buy my sneakers there for him. So last year, I was tired of buying or missing out on Dunk drops, so I hit him up and he sent me a pair from Australia. So
And this didn't even drop in SA.
These never dropped in SA as well. So again,
Shout
the only
out.
the mother.
Woo, Azange. But now there's a lot of these that are also, like you're saying, it's now become limited. It's now become a thing where people are saying, we can't really get these. Now they become expensive. But then there's also like this huge influx of like fake sneakers that are also coming out because there's a limited amount that are coming to South Africa. So what's going on? Why are people, how do you tell also if a sneaker is fake?
It's that exactly what you just said, because there's a limited amount of pairs and kids just want the shoes. They see them on Instagram, they see them on rappers and singers and stuff like that and just want the shoe. And some of them have the money, some of them have the 1,900 rand to buy the shoe, but Aiko, it's sold out at 8:10 in the morning. So the next best thing is going to those Instagram sellers who say 2 pairs for 2,000 rand. And you know, there's no such thing, but they'll buy them. But because...
Where do they make them?
Overseas, I want to say. Overseas.
I'll tell you, there's the thing about fake sneakers is that there's really, 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 really good fake sneakers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you really have to be like, have the eye for it. You have to feel it and you be like, yeah, something doesn't feel right. If you really are a sneaker person. Somebody's trying to sell you, for somebody who buys real sneakers, somebody could sell you a fake pair and you yourself might not know if you don't really know much about sneakers. But there's people who make these fake sneakers, there's documentaries that you can see on YouTube. The guys that work at the Nike factories, like there's a fake city, I forgot what it's called, in China, where they manufacture a lot of sneakers. The guys that work at Nike, when they knock off, they go to the fake to go make the exact same thing, but at the fake factory. It's the same guy who makes the real one, also makes the fake one. That's why they get it so real. And they have Nike stores, fake Nike stores, fake Adidas stores, with the logo outside. You go inside to buy the fake Yeezy from the same guy who's like, yeah, I work at Nike. During the day, Nike pays me to make the real one, and when I knock off me and my friends, we make the fake one.
Exactly.
No problem. So it gets very, very hard. So much so that there's people who buy from them, that those guys, when somebody makes a fake sneaker and they like, no, the stitching is off, they'll give them back their money. They literally, people from around the world, they ship fake sneakers, and when the people are unhappy, they ship them back and they either will give them a better one or they'll give them the money back. Money back from a fake reseller. That's how confident they are that their sneakers are almost 90% identical.
It's not foremost, it is. He's the guy who's making it.
He just used different materials and whatnot.
Yes.
But that's how terrible it is now. But there's things that you can go, and most of the time you can go on YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that go and they compare. They'll show you like, here's the dunk and here's the fake one, and they'll tell you what to look for in the stitching. Sometimes it's a very obvious thing, you know what I'm saying? Like when they show stitching, they say, okay, it mustn't go over the logo, or it must go over the logo. Very simple thing like that where people can get wrong.
But when you're walking in Santin, who's gonna tell?
Exactly.
That Ricky Rick thing.
I mean, when I'm in the club, nobody cares.
Yes.
As long as my Instagram is popping, that's all that matters.
Also, the women must Cosmo buy size 2 shoes.
I mean-
she may have to make them herself. You're leaving her with no options.
I actually don't have that small of a foot, okay? Please. I know people who have smaller feet than me. These are a 4.5. These are also a 4.5, which was actually strange for me to actually find. I bought these in LA in some it was some weird factory that was happening there, but it's like also one of those limited stock type of stores. Yeah. I was really excited to buy these because I love Air Forces, but I also love the colorway that was happening here with the, it's like cream white. It's also got like a cream, but also here with the tag that's here on the side.
Like a spatch,
and the tick also being a little bit lowered. So this was a very exciting buy for me because it's not like your typical Air Force, but it's also got like a little bit of a swag going on as well.
Yes.
And I found my size, so I was just happy. Shout outs.
Must be tough, man, to find your size.
Move on.
Can I just give...
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a custom. So Nike allows you to make your own custom shoe with your own custom colors and stuff like that. So it's called by you. So Nike does Nike Air Forces by you, and you get to make your own colorway. Nike Dunks by you. So this is a Nike Dunk. It's a Goku colorway because I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
Even now?
Still, forever.
At your big age?
At 45, I'll be like, hey, you kids don't know what this thing was. We used to wait.
Oh, is that why there's Goku here?
That's why there's Goku here and the colorway.
I'm so stressed.
And this is a Kickcraft. They made me my special box for it. Also has my logo over here,
Whoa,
as you can see, guys. So
that's hectic.
Yeah, at the back it says Goku. See Goku, and yeah, it's this color scheme: orange, blue, yellow, and white. So
how much did this set you back?
This is not expensive. That's why the thing is about sneakers, you have to know the culture because this is only 2,200 rand. So you might think it's like 6,000 or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, no. This is like literally one.
So you go on the website,
yeah,
you literally
on the app, literally, and you sit down, you just choose colors. Like, oh, I like green, I like blue, and then you make it, and then they say what you want on the back. It just takes longer. Normal shoes will come to you in a week. These will take 6 weeks.
Oh, because they have to make them.
Exactly, but otherwise, still the same price. But then the resellers come in and say, yeah, this was so much hard work, so you have to pay me 6,000. They're lying.
Imagine.
They're lying. So yeah, shout out to Kickcraft. They make custom boxes. They made this for me, and yeah.
Talking about resellers, why do they get away with such extortion?
Limited pairs. Limited pairs. It's like I said, I think Vele 200 pairs get sent to SA. I'm not even...
Are you telling me that I can't go on the website and order a pair from Europe and then it arrives in like 3 weeks?
That's the funny thing. Good, like, let's say the Nike app. On the Nike app, we compete with Europe, actually.
Yeah. Really?
So when the shoes, let's say it drops at 12 o'clock and you have to go act fast, you're competing with Europeans. So Africa is grouped in with Europe because we're not a big enough market. So limited pairs.
And so they wake up early, like Wasabi saying, you must come 10 p.m., sleep at garages. They get there in the morning and then they buy these pairs, and then you'll find them there when you come at 10 a.m. like a normal person. You know, you find the guy there. No, that's all that, my brother, and he's sitting there with the box. Go, no,
I have the shoe.
I have the shoe, yeah, no problem. Size 9. Let's rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want 5,000. He was in there buying them for 1.9, 2.2, and he's staying outside, looking you straight in the face, not even blinking. Saying, yeah, 5,000, my brother.
Imagine.
So they know it's demand and supply, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're in high demand, so naturally people are willing to pay exorbitant prices. So they're putting that price because people are willing to pay.
Yes.
And if you're a sneakerhead, you know, Wasabi, you're not, you're like, it's just, you just have to have it.
Yeah.
I don't know about 5,000, but nonetheless, Sipo, your last pair?
My last pair is the Captain Problematic, Kanye West, the QNTMs. I wanted these for quite some time, and I love this colorway as well.
Beautiful.
Kitty Yeezy, for those who don't understand or don't know. But yeah, as soon as these dropped, I thought these were one of the better designed Yeezys.
Yes.
I really, really loved them.
I think that's always been my issue with Yeezys, is that the designs were always strange, but this I can understand.
Yeah, so these, and I love like high top type sneakers based on what I've shown you so far. I'm sure you can carve it. And I love that the fact that this is a soft top of it. But yeah, I love these QNTMs. I wanted them for quite some time. I had to pay premium on resale. Obviously, I did not get them when they dropped. So I paid a pretty penny for them. And as you can see underneath here, they've been worn once. And you know, you're working, you're just like, yeah. Because I'm like, I don't know, if things go bad tomorrow, I'm gonna have to sell this to Wasabi or something. It is 7,000-8,000, would you like going to, you know? So yeah, I love Yeezys, and I recently got into them. When Yeezys first dropped, I was the biggest hater. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
I feel like you do that with a lot of things, but
yeah, I'm a hater generally, but
if a shoe looks like this, though, it's very hard to immediately jump on it. That's the thing about Yeezy. So yeah, it's just I like weird things. So it was easy for me to gravitate towards this.
Those are Crocs.
Basically, but these are Yeezy though. Crocs ain't Yeezy.
No, okay, but Crocs are maybe like 50% the price of that.
No. These resell for $5. I got them on retail, like I said, but these are Yeezys.
I would never spend that amount of money.
They sell for when they drop 1.7, 1.8.
Yeah,
but you'll never get them because the resellers will be there stocking them all up, and then they'll look you straight in the eye and they say 5,000.
That's insane.
What's a clip, my brother?
Okay, my last pair. Okay, please again excuse the fact that they're dirty. These are feelers, ne? And I remember when these shoes first came out, everybody had a big issue about why are we going back into time? Why are people wearing this shoe? What is the problem? What is the hate? And for me, when I got these, firstly, I got these for free because I was at an event and they just got my size. Yes. So to be fair, I didn't really spend my money on them. I was also on the fence when I actually got them because I was like, hey, am I going to wear them? For 6 months, I think they said in my coverage. I was like, I'm not sure. And then one day I took them, I was like, no, man, these things are actually dope. People are just, you know,
yeah, they hate.
They're hating for nothing because they came back for a reason. I actually think they're really dope.
Disruptors are fire.
Everybody who always says, but those big things, don't worry, these things.
Fire.
And they give you, for little girls like me, just that extra, that 1 centimeter goes a long way, babes.
Yeah, actually, I see all your shoes in the platform. Yeah, you know what? But I ain't gonna hate. I ain't gonna hate. It's because we got taste.
I love these. Feelers came back hard with these.
Yes. But just to obviously wrap up the chat, because we have been going on for a little bit too long. Obviously, with sneakers, they are taking the world by storm, obviously with South Africans as well.
Yeah.
Where do you think the sneaker culture in SA is kind of taking it to the next level? Because obviously we've got people who are also waking up at 4 in the morning and doing crazy things. Where do you see the trends kind of going, even with what's happening internationally?
I'm just hoping for the trends like in South Africa and Nike, Adidas, all the retailers see that there is actually a demand so that we get pumped up a bit more with, so that resellers can just, come down now. Because let's say we get 200 pairs, I'm hoping they say, okay, these guys are actually buying these things. Let's give them twice that. Let's give them 400 of that. And then I think once this whole pandemic thing is over, we're going to see a whole boom of like sneaker events.
Yeah.
There already were, but I think we're going to see even more sneaker events, sneaker trading, sneaker customization. It's going to be a whole industry. Resellers will never die. And like they said, if you can't beat them, ask them for a discount. So they're never going to die. They're always going to be there. The culture's just going to get bigger, honestly.
And hopefully it really does, because I think, as you can see just on the table, even me, who's not necessarily a sneakerhead, I've also got like various types. So I think the ladies also want to get into it. They just don't want to spend that amount of money. It's too much. It's too much. All right, with that, we are going to get into what's flaming hot and flaming not. To get into some hot music here on the POPcast, some songs that actually dropped this past week, also an album that we actually wanted to check out. We've got the return of Ikate Lemnyama. Okay, Malum Kizas. Okay, Malum Kuket dropped a song called Utando to the T. How are you feeling about that song?
Fire song, got me excited for the album. Great title for the album. Shugaletieni is, wow, one of the greatest titles I've ever heard.
Really?
Yes.
Because Utando Shugaletieni.
I was like, perfect. That's just so you. But this song, obviously, it's amazing. The feature, Malum has this talent of finding just bubbling under vocalists.
Yeah.
Female, and he, on his previous album, he did it so well. So
Yeah, the first time we heard Shoma Josie was
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So he can find talent so easily. And the lady who's featured on this song, she's amazing. She kills the hook.
Yeah.
So I love this song. I absolutely love this song.
Sipo?
Yeah, good to have him back as well. I think for the culture as well.
Yeah.
We speak a lot about culture all the time. And this guy is one of the guys who's been very important, contributing to culture, contributing to the style of hip hop and how it's evolved. You know, Bonelabo, Ricky Rick, you know, they brought a lot of color to hip hop. They brought a lot of cult following that they have, where kids are just like, look, this is my dude. And I feel like, okay, Malumka, I think like the game needs that a little bit now.
Yeah.
A little bit of injection. You know, we talk about hip hop and it competing with other sounds and how the genre is bubbling under a little bit. So it's good to have him back and injecting some energy into hip hop. Definitely, you know, he comes with the culture. I can expect that he's gonna probably give us a nice rollout as well.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't just be a song. You know, we can expect dope visuals that are gonna come with it. The whole creativity around the project is something that I'm looking forward to. And I feel like, especially leading up into like Cotton Fest coming up, is one of those things where, yeah, I think like this year, hip hop people must, you know, the culture must come back. Instead of this thing of, because I know we say competing with whatever, but that's not what it actually needs to do.
No.
Just hip hop just needs to be alive, and the people who are in it need to contribute right back into the culture. Instead of sitting there and saying, hey guys, Amapiano is doing this and what. No. People just need to participate. So as long as hip hop people are back participating,
And that's it. And funny enough, actually, I interviewed Gemini Major last week, and that's exactly what he had said as well. He had said, it's not about, hey, piano's taking over, what. It's just about release. These people are releasing songs every week. They're releasing songs every month. So if you're just constantly pushing out the content, then you've got a place to compete. Not this thing of releasing one song a year and hoping you can ride the wave with that one song. So I'm happy that OK Malumku Cat is coming out. Obviously, the single dropped, but the album is coming out in April. When I'd spoken to him sometime last year, remember he had given us that EP.
Yes.
I forgot the name of the EP. Ouya Ishu was on there as well. Very awesome EP. He put that out purposely because he was like, hey, you know what? The album is on the way, but this is not the time to drop the album. I love the fact that the strategy was there. So the music, that's also why you can see there's like 18 songs on the album. Because he's been working at the album, but then he's like, okay, let me give them these 5 for the EP, and then when the album time is right, so obviously because things are opening up, there's no more curfew, we're inside, we're gonna be rocking on those stages. Exactly. So, Utando to the T, also beautiful song, really enjoyed it. Big ups to OK Malumku Cat, hoping to hear a little bit more. Touchline dropped an album, it's called Soon 2.
Bumping that album, loving it. Touchline is just such a great lyricist, I believe.
Yeah.
And here it is again, where it's not about come in and try to change the sound, change the game. You know, we speak about these things too much. Maybe artists themselves overthink it. Here's an artist who's making music that suits him, music that suits his sound. He's flowing, he's doing his own features. It doesn't sound like he's trying to, let me use that beat so that people can think, oh, I'm trying to be, jump into the popular lane, whatever. He's sticking to his raps. He's got a dope song with KO on there that I really, really like. But in general, even opening up that whole freestyle he does, what is it called? South African Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that entire freestyle. You know, he's just bringing in the realness of what's been happening in the country and what's been happening to a whole bunch of different people, not just himself. So I love that. And like I said, like we just said about OK Malumku Cat, that's what people need to do. This guy could have easily said, I'm gonna put a single out, let me see what happens, let me chill. Because you know, Touchline is a guy who, people have been waiting for his moment. So over the last few years, you know, a few singles, few features, he could have easily said, piano is doing too much, let me keep quiet. And that's what people need to die down on, that attitude and put out an entire project. So it's very brave of him to put it out, and the music is really, really dope. Personally, I've listened to this album 3 or 4 times, spins already, and out of 10, I'm giving it like a solid 8.
Really?
Really? I feel like I just...
Oh my gosh, did Sipo just give a good review? Is that what's happening?
Touchline, thank you for changing my my attitude about things, because I hate everything, but no, I don't. But like, it's really, I just think there's a really, really dope project to put out. And it's not too long as well. 10 tracks, perfect.
I think also, it's, like you said, Sipo, it's dope that he put out a whole project because also for so early in the year, like you could just wait and say, nah, let me just wait for June, July, around December. Early in the year, it's a perfect time. There's not much noise right now. And it is really about people just dropping, releasing content. And if people can release quality albums like this, quality projects like this, it'll be a matter of time before we're saying, okay, guys, let's stop saying hip-hop is dead. SA hip-hop is dead. People are actually putting out. So stuff like this excites me.
Yeah, man. Touchline, what I enjoy about him also is his cadence. He's always so articulate in the things that he says. I know people have compared him to wanting to be influenced by Pro Kid a lot with his music. Yes, the influence is there, but with this album, I think I can also hear his growth out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where he's taking, yes, the influence, but he's still making it his own thing, and he's trying to pull away from that comparison. So really enjoying the album. Shout outs to Touchline. I do see bigger things for him as well. So, keep on moving, keep on going. All right, and then also Big Hash Lucas Raps.
Yeah.
Bigger Than Is.
Oh, that came as a surprise to me because that's two of the biggest young kids in rap right now. And they also dropped visuals same day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the energy that we need. Literally, the song dropped, the visuals dropped, and Lucas obviously he's doing amazing. Like people like Lucas, Blackie, Hash, they are just leading. Like they refuse to let anything slow down. So this song is amazing. It's just raps. It's just they're just going at it, both of them. And yeah, I'm just genuinely impressed. I was speechless. I was like, great video, great song, and both of them, you can always count on them to rap.
Yeah, I love the fact that Big Hash can switch it up. I think that's my favorite thing about him. Is one moment he can be like super soft, Drake in my feelings, and then 2 seconds later he's coming with the hard raps as well. That's the one thing I love so much about Big Hash, and obviously coming through on the song as well. But yes, you're right. The work rate is important, and I do think sometimes people also waste too much time when they drop the video, and sometimes it is easier for you just to say single. Video, let's rock. Because then if you're gonna take too long to put the two out, people might actually forget and be like, oh, Anje, this song, you dropped it here 6 months ago. Let's keep the work rate going. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Love to see the young kids collaborating together. Putting out that great energy, like you're saying. Just doing with the work. Lucas Rap's already on a project and coming out. I like what you just said right now about them bringing out the song with the visuals at the same time. Because sometimes people don't get songs until they get the visuals.
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes we will hear a song and you're like, what? And then you see the visuals and then they disappoint. There's always this touch and go, what you can do. But when you bring out, when you want to make people feel a certain song and you give them the visuals at the same time, the entire package is given to people to start feeding off. But yeah, like you're saying, the energy from the kids, both Blackie, both Lucas Raps, both Big Hash, seeing more collaborations from the kids is what I actually want. Because I feel like also we must be fair and say, some of the older guys are older guys. You know what I'm saying? When they were in their 20s and they were young, they were working very, very hard as well. So don't expect too much projects from the older guys now, focusing on other things. The kids are working, and I feel like we should give them attention. And whether we're criticizing or not, at least give them attention to say, no, the work is there, let's judge on what's being put out, instead of complaining and wanting things from people who maybe are tired.
Yeah, and I actually saw 2 tweets this week that actually sparked my attention. One from Maglera Doughboy, who actually said, people need to get out of this older dude cosign. Obviously I'm paraphrasing his words, but basically saying, leave the OGs to do their thing. You don't always have to have their cosign for you to kind of get yourself ahead. Put in the work, that's all, that's what's important. But another tweet or post that was also ruffling our feathers was our brother AKA, who had posted, a young guy who was just expecting some love and didn't quite get it. And I don't know, I get it, why he would want that cosign from AKA. And everybody receives, anybody in entertainment will receive a beat or will receive a song to kind of, help out. I just didn't agree with it being posted. For me, I'm just like, you could have given that guy the same feedback you gave us, but you could have done it on the slide. It didn't have to be done so publicly. But
I don't know about, the whole cosign thing is it's very difficult to attack, because people are always going to try and reach out to people that they admire. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's DJs out there who are sending you mixes all the time. It's Cosmo, please bump this. I'm sure there's comedians out there who are busy saying, okay, Wasabi, please watch my thing, what. And you can't get to everyone, and sometimes you're just inundated with these things, and you put out a general message. Guys, just keep working, keep pushing, keep doing your own thing. Don't worry about me approving it or me thinking whether it's good or not. We're sitting here talking and we're criticizing and we're giving compliments. We're not making or breaking anybody. This is just social commentary, you know what I'm saying? So you should continue regardless of whether people likes your stuff or not, whether AKA likes your music or not. You need to stay on your own lane and be motivated to do what you like if you really believe in it. This thing of searching for a cosign will slow you down, because, I can crush your spirit and tell you this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And then what? If you were thinking, I'm the guy who's going to bring you up, then are you going to stop making music because I said I didn't like it? Or because Sabi doesn't think you're funny? Or because Cosmo thinks, that mix of yours is trash? Is it the end of it? Of course not. So the cosign thing and wanting it, I like, screenshotting that guy probably devastated him.
Yes.
It's like, I asked this guy, even though he doesn't show my name, I know it's me.
Yeah.
And I feel like shit. So there's probably no need for do that. And you say 90% of music out here is trash right now. 90% of what music you're putting out is trash right now. So there's that as well. So, forget that guy. Maybe criticize your own work a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you put out some hot shit? Your shit don't bang, bro.
Tricky. And with that, so we are obviously going to say thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the POPcast. Okay, Wasabi, thank you so much for joining us. When are you dropping another, what's next on the content lines? There was this one video that I think I watched like 100 times. The one with the chicken. I don't know what you were doing, but that song just keeps replaying in my mind. It's touch it, bring it, babe. And then in Cookie, I'm flying. I was like, what's going on? And the timing of the chicken also just saying, okay, I'm free now. Wow.
So I think one thing
that's animal abuse also.
It is.
Yeah, okay, next.
I think people have been asking me when the sneaker show is coming out, because I promised people a sneaker show, I think last year. And I think that is what I'm going to be doing next. So they should expect me to come back to my YouTube channel and just post my own content, basically. Yeah.
And on TV, I know you got a couple of shows running now on YouTube.
I was actually telling friends of mine who've been waiting for me to come back to YouTube because they help shoot or I collaborate with them. I'm like, I'm probably not doing anything TV related this year. And they're like, you don't know that. If somebody comes at you and says, come do this thing, what would you say? But I'm just saying because I finished everything TV related last year. I'm just trying to focus more on my own content this year because people are like, hey, what you're doing on TV is dope, but we are waiting for your own stuff. So I'm gonna focus on my own stuff, but if somebody says come to a show for R1 million, then I'm sorry, guys, YouTube I'll focus next year.
And finally, I know one of the shows that you did is called Ngikokhele.
Yes.
Where you go after people who owe other people money.
Yes.
What's the craziest thing that's happened while you were shooting that episode? Because I can imagine people like they're receptive when you pull up like Sipo says he wants his money, Baba, and you're knocking. What's the craziest thing that's happened on set?
So we went Tembisa. It's 7 p.m. This guy, we've been waiting for him the whole day. At 7 p.m., this guy stole about 20,000 rand. Said he's gonna sell a plot. Old guy, he's probably in his 50s and stuff like that. Finally gets there. I woke up slowly to him and stuff like that. But then, because it's 7 p.m., it's late at night, 8 p.m. So obviously the lights have to go on. Bah! The camera is there, va. So things just started, lights, camera, action. I'm thinking it's a timer, man. He's gonna just talk and say, at most he's gonna say, guys, please go away. Nope, the logical thing is he sprints.
Yes, when I'm cool.
It's dark, we are running through Amashati and stuff like that. And the wildest thing that happens is that the whole community starts chasing after him. Whoa. I'm talking 40 to 50 people. And then we end up surrounding him. Now, instead of fighting 3-4 people, it's the whole Tembisa.
Oh, no.
And they're surrounding him. So that was I was like, okay, here, first of all, I'm going to get COVID. Number 2, I hope they don't actually hit this guy. Because community justice
yes.
Because while we're talking, there's a person there, why I'm shy? That's the thing. So that was a wild experience, actually. That's a wild experience.
Did he pay the money?
I hope so.
You don't know. So you guys just appear and say, and then you leave.
We wait for the next season to say, hey, we're back. We'll follow up. Is the money there or what? Or do we have to come back and do a follow-up episode?
It's like cheaters, when they follow up weeks later with the breakup.
Exactly.
I'm doing my own thing now. I ain't with Derek no more. I got my own apartment.
Living large and in charge. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, Wasabi. Hopefully his YouTube channel will be up and running again this year. From us, of course, you can catch us again next week, same time, same place. Moochie for the babies.
Yes, sir.
We will obviously still be here. I've got some real views on that Tinder Swindler. And of course, what matters to Moochie coming up. And of course, a big thank you to 011 Santon by the Baron.
By the Baron.
Our very beautiful venue for today. Please come through and check it out. And yeah, subscribe, like, and put on those notifications.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to What Matters to Moochie. This week, what matters to me, staying on brand with today's topic about sneaker and sneaker culture, is that Bahaitsu, Kohaye, everywhere. You got to keep watching out for the people that are trying to sell you the fake sneakers. They're going to try and sell you fake sneakers, but first and foremost, if somebody is trying to sell you a sneaker for 1,000 rand, now, 1,000 rand, my brother, my sister, immediately, the flag couldn't be any more red. It's blood red. Somebody's trying to swindle you. We're speaking about the Tinder Swindler. There are people out here who are sneaker swindlers. And they're trying to take your money by selling you something that is apparently very exclusive, but also very cheap. So the first thing you need to do if you're trying to get into sneakers, this is just a word to the wise, is you must do your research about who are authentic sneaker resellers and who are fake. Luckily, Shelf Life on Instagram does this thing every Friday called Fake Friday, where they expose fake sneaker resellers. And if you're buying fake sneakers and you know they're fake, that's fine, that's dope. That's your own life to live. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who are actually trying to reach out and buy authentic sneakers and are getting swindled. Somebody's just pulling something up on the side and telling you, oh, don't worry, I can get you a sneaker for 2,000 rand. You have to, first of all, keep up to date with when sneakers drop to understand. If you go back to the episode, you will know that these things are very exclusive and they sell out on the day that they drop. So already it's very suspect if the next day or the day after or a week after or a month later, somebody's trying to sell you something that you know definitely sold out on the day that it dropped and they're selling it for you at retail price. You may not know much about sneakers, you're just trying to get into it, you just saw something that you like, but it's very important for you to know that unless you're walking into sneaker stores that you already know about Total Sports, Edgar's, and you find them on the shelf, all the other stuff that's very exclusive that you're looking for, about Jordans and Yeezys, it's very important that you do your research to make sure that you're buying from people that are selling authentic sneakers. You're going to embarrass yourself. You're going to be a meme tomorrow for no reason because no matter something. Like I said, if you're buying fake sneakers and you know you're buying fake sneakers, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who are actually trying to buy authentic sneakers. Paid a little bit more attention. 1 point something, 1 point what for Jordans. Come on, already red flag should be going out. Your Nike Air Force Ones, it looks like they've been worn before. My brothers, my sisters, do a little research. What matters to me this week is that you buy things that are real.
What up, what up? So this is The Real Views right here on POPcast. My name is Ms. Cosmo. And for this week, of course, I did mention that I am going to be chatting about the Tinder Swindler. And if you haven't as yet dove into what exactly is happening in that hour and a half of mayhem, do yourself a favor, even if you have to get somebody's logins, just go in there and watch that thing. It is worth every moment. Basically, it's about this guy, Simon Lviv, who swindles ladies that he meets on Tinder. And he lives this big lifestyle where he's basically getting money from these girls and conning them to basically open loans and send him the money so that he can use one person's money to then spend on another person and go to another person and move from one country to another. It's really interesting to see how the story unfolds, and it's also interesting to actually see that this guy's still living la vida loca because why is this person still allowed to be out swindling women in the first place? Obviously, it's shot in a production perspective. Documentary perspective, sorry. And you basically follow all of the stories of these three women who basically account for the same thing, where their money is basically taken by this person. And I don't understand how they got away with it or how these ladies even thought it was okay for them to give him his money. But go and check it out. I think it is interesting for you to watch. It's just an hour and a half. It is on Netflix. Do yourself that. Something else similar that is going to be coming out on Netflix on February the 11th is also a movie that is inspired by a true story, and it's called Inventing Anna. So it's about a lady by the name of Anna who also lives a completely fake life. Pretty similar to what's happening with the Tinder Swindler, but this one at least is a little bit fictitious because it is a movie. I'll hopefully be able to do the review on that when it does come out, but I know.